I almost did not start a YouTube channel. For years and years and years, I sat on the idea. I even recorded content and never posted it.
It's my first YouTube video.
I had all these intrusive thoughts over the years of why I could not be a YouTuber. I'm too old. I have kids. Focus on them. I have a full time job. I'm not pretty enough. I'm not interesting enough. My house is not aesthetic enough. I don't have the right stuff. I don't know how to edit. All of those things just crept in and kept me from posting my first YouTube video for years, literally years. And now I'm almost 40. And I finally come to the realization it is not too late. It's okay. And once I finally recorded and posted my first video, I realized, oh, I could get better at this. I could stay consistent with this. I could make something of this. And this could be the answer to a lot of my issues or questions or unknowns in life or uncertainties. So I honestly think a lot more normal people like myself should be doing this. You don't have to already be in shape. You don't have to have, everybody has a story, whether you think it's interesting or not. It is. I just think a lot more normal people should be, especially those like closer to 40, because we have that life experience. We have things figured out a little bit more than other people. We've been through some shit. So I wanted to post this video just to talk about why I'm here and why I think that everybody who has the interest or the ambition should start a YouTube channel, even if you are 40 or close to 40, or even if you're young. So, if you're someone who's ever thought of starting a YouTube channel, this video is definitely for you. If you are like me and close to 40 and kind of really starting to think differently about things. Again, I didn't start this channel for literally years, and I regret that so much now because I just think of how far I would have been in my YouTube journey and progress. I would have so many skills. I would have so many more videos posted and so much more experience, more connections if I had actually done it when I wanted to years and years and years ago. But basically, what I've realized is every YouTuber started out, always had it all figured out, and they didn't. They all started messy. They all started with like no equipment. Everybody has to start somewhere. So essentially I realized I'm going to figure it out as I go. I'm going to make this work. I'm going to figure it out because I have literally survived everything else I've gone through. I have figured out everything else. I made it through high school. I made it through college. I made it through many, many jobs that I had no experience with. I made it through being a mom, motherhood. Well, I'm not out yet, but the truth is like nobody starts having it all figured out. And I don't know why I thought that I had to be a YouTuber. So you don't. Um, but personally, the reasons I started YouTube, I'll be honest, I was lonely. That was my initial thought of when I didn't get into this for any other reason initially, except that I felt lonely. I wanted to post something for others to connect to. I wanted other people um, to know that they weren't alone so they didn't feel like I did. And so by creating that content and putting it out there and having, other people like it or comment on it or say, we understand what you're going through, things like that. Like I needed a connection. And I'm a single mom and I work from home and I have for a very long time. And I don't have a huge friend circle that has the same interest as me. So this is kind of it. And so I was looking for that connection. And as I've really investigated and continued on this YouTube journey and watched other creators and whatnot, and really explored the YouTube platform more and what it can do, I have realized this is an outlet that can lead to so many different paths. And I would not say that I am unhappy in my life, but I definitely have started to think about life differently. I'm almost 40, and I do not want to repeat the last 20 years that I just did. I want more out of my life. And if you don't, that's okay. Some people I know are just content. But the way my brain works and is wired, I'm always striving for more. And the biggest piece for me is like freedom. Eventually leave my 9 to 5 at some point, and I have some ideas. And YouTube is not the answer per se. It's not going to be the source of income that gets me to quit my job. But basically, YouTube can be an outlet for all these other ideas that I have of what I actually want to do with the next 20 or 30 years of my life. What I'm trying to say is, I am almost 40, but I don't think it's too late. I have so much left on the table that I want to accomplish. And at my 9 to 5 is not it. Love my job, love everything that it's given me. But I'm just kind of at that point where I'm just over it, like corporate life, I thought was the answer. And now that I am older and wiser and I know more and have all this life experience being almost 40, now I know what I want out of life. And like I said, so I am looking for like a sense of community. I'm looking for other people like me who maybe are single moms, who maybe work from home and have the same interests and hobbies as me. Other introverts. I'm a huge introvert. I don't like public speaking. Again, introvert. So I'm not great with people, but I want to be. And so, what better way than to sit in my home office talking to you guys and really opening up and being vulnerable like this? So I know that when I watch YouTube, I do like the occasional like educational video from some big influencer who has rock hard abs, house bigger than the block that I live on. I do like watching them sometimes, gives a little like motivation, just like shows you what's out there. And they can really motivate you and educate you on various things. Maybe they're educating you on fitness, maybe they're educating you on finances, all the things. But what I have come to realize in the past year or so is I have been binging and obsessing over watching other creators who are very normal, like myself. People just living their day to day. They don't have like super fancy editing skills in their videos. They are just normal people like me. And then I just came to think like, yeah, this is a thing and I think I'm going to join. So here I am. I think that people are connecting more with normal life than we used to think or give ourselves credit for, right? Instead of comparing ourselves to these big influencers and whatnot, we just want to see other people like us, normal, fighting to make it through or, fighting to become a little bit better. I think there are people out there who will watch. I just have to find them. Um, and that used to scare me, thinking like, well, what if I don't get any views? What if nobody watches? What if I get a mean comment? But honestly, that's irrelevant because most people on YouTube are super supportive and they're only going to watch you if they're actually interested in you because who's going to waste their time if they're not? I thought it also would be cool to just document parts of my life and then be able to like look back, years and years and years from now and just to see how far I've come. Heaven forbid something happened to me. There's documentation of kind of who I was and how I, wanted to leave my mark on the world. You do not need to be an expert to start YouTube. You don't have to have all the things. As long as you have a phone, you don't even need this mic if you don't want to spend like the $10 or whatever it was. You don't need anything except your phone to get started. And then just maybe like an idea. And if you're not sure, just play around, come up with different ideas. But what I would say is you do want to get on here and you want to talk about something that interests you and something that you're going to be able to talk about a lot for a really long time. For me, that's just really just my home life. I could talk about my kids all day. I could talk about fitness all day, every day. I could talk about health, diet, wellness, all those things because that is what interests me. But would I be able to start a YouTube channel on, like, say, investing? Probably not. But take something, maybe something you want to learn. So maybe you are just starting off on your fitness journey, document it. Teach others as you go and as you learn. Because if you can learn something, you can teach it to somebody else. And YouTube is one of the, if not the biggest, platforms for education right now because it's free for people to watch. And people want to consume knowledge. They want to be educated. They really do. And they are going to watch somebody that they resonate with probably a little bit more than somebody that they don't. So 3 big reasons I think everybody should start a YouTube. The first reason, I've already went into this a little bit, but it's personal growth. So basically, nothing bad is going to come from you trying or starting a YouTube. Worst case, it doesn't take off or you give up, honestly. you are doing something that's kind of scary, kind of uncomfortable. I don't like public speaking, but here I am. So I'm getting out of my comfort zone a little bit, right? That is growth right there. Doing something you aren't sure if you should do or something that makes you a little bit uncomfortable, and that's the only way that we do grow. That's reason number one. Reason number two is opportunity. Like I said before, I think that YouTube, nobody should really join YouTube if you just want to make money from YouTube because it's going to be a while before you make good money from it to live off of anyway. But join and start a YouTube as an outlet, a vehicle to get you where you are trying to go. YouTube it can do anything. It can take you anywhere you want to go. You just have to figure out the steps. And the third reason is like I went into earlier, just documenting your life. Why not? I mean, we take pictures, we record videos. I realize we're posting it to the public, but maybe you just make a YouTube channel and post things, and maybe you don't make them public right away. Or maybe you just keep some things to yourself, but at least it's there and you have documentation. Just think about being like 80 and being able to look back at your channel and see yourself at almost 40 and the opportunity, all the life you still had to live. Three biggest reasons why I think everybody, if they want to, should start a YouTube channel. Whether, like I said, whether you think you're interesting or not,